Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English Learning Podcast channel. I'm James, and today we are going to talk about something very exciting, your very first day at work. Amelia, my co-host, is here with me. Amelia, how are you feeling about this topic?
Hi, everyone. I'm Amelia, and I'm so excited because your first day at work is always full of feelings. Excitement, nervousness, maybe even a little fear. James, do you remember your first day at work?
Oh yes, I remember it clearly. I woke up so early that morning. My heart was beating fast. I kept thinking, will I get lost? Will I meet nice people? Will I do everything right? Do you remember that feeling, Amelia?
Absolutely. It's like your brain is full of questions and worries. You want to make a good impression, but you also feel so small in a big office. Today, we are going to practice English around this theme. We'll imagine your first day at work together and learn how to talk about it in English naturally.
Let's start with waking up. Imagine your alarm rings. How do you describe it in English? You can say, I woke up at 6 a.m. My heart was beating fast. I felt excited and nervous at the same time. Simple words, but very expressive.
And when you get ready for work, you can say things like, I brushed my teeth, I wore my best clothes, I wanted to look professional and friendly. You can see small words can tell a big story.
Now imagine leaving your home. You walk to the bus stop or car. You feel the cold air. You see people on the street. You can describe it like this. The street was busy. People were walking fast. I felt small, but also ready for a new adventure.
This is where learners often pause. You can practice saying these sentences slowly. I felt small. I felt excited. I wanted to do my best. Short sentences make your English clear and easy to understand.
And here comes the suspense. The moment you reach the office, you open the door and you see people working, phones ringing, computers typing. You can say, I entered the office. It was big and bright. People looked busy. I hoped I would fit in.
James, can we pause and practice a conversation here? Let's pretend I am your coworker and you are meeting me for the first time.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Amelia. You must be new here. What's your name?
Hi, I'm James. Yes, it's my first day. I'm a little nervous, but very excited.
Don't worry, we were all new once. Where are you from?
I'm from London, and you?
I'm from New York. Welcome. Do you want me to show you around the office?
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
See? Very simple, very natural English. Short sentences, clear words. That's how you can talk about your first day at work.
After the first hello, you usually meet your team. This can be a bit scary. Imagine 10 people all looking at you. You want to say something nice. Amelia, how can we do this?
Small talk is the key. You can start with a simple question. Hi, how long have you worked here? Or, can you tell me about your work? These are easy and they show interest.
I remember walking into the office kitchen that morning. I wanted coffee, but I also wanted to say hello. I said, Hi, I'm James. It's my first day. Can I get some advice? And someone smiled and said, Sure, come, I'll show you.
Learners often struggle with these small talks, but it's okay. You can practice short sentences first. Hi, my name is. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Exactly. And don't forget to add feelings. You can say, I'm a little nervous, but very happy to be here. This makes your English sound human, not like a textbook.
Let's do a short practice again. I'll be your coworker.
Okay?
Hi, James. Welcome. How was your first hour?
Hi, Amelia. It was interesting. I met some people and I'm learning new things. I feel a little nervous, but everyone is very kind.
That's perfect. You described your feelings, your actions, and you used simple words.
And you can always ask questions in return. How was your first day? Or, do you have any tips for me? Questions show you're polite and curious.
Remember, learners, practice this in your room. Pretend you meet 10 people in your office. Practice short sentences, feelings, and questions. You'll sound natural.
Okay, now comes the tricky part. Your first day isn't perfect. You may make mistakes. I remember spilling coffee on my desk. Oh, my heart stopped. Amelia, what do you think is the best way to talk about mistakes in English?
Oh, James, everyone makes mistakes. You can say something simple like, I made a mistake. I spilled coffee. I apologized. I learned my lesson. Short, clear, and honest.
That's true. And sometimes you may not understand instructions. You can ask, I'm sorry, can you explain that again? Or, I didn't understand, can you show me? These phrases are very useful for English learners.
Exactly. Learners often feel embarrassed to ask, but it's okay. Everyone was new once, and it's better to ask than to stay confused.
Let's practice a scenario. You're my boss, Amelia. I didn't understand a task.
James, can you finish this report by 3 p.m.?
I'm sorry, Amelia. I didn't understand the report. Can you explain it to me again?
Of course. Let me show you, step by step.
Thank you so much. I really want to learn.
See? Honest and simple English works best.
And you can also talk about feelings after mistakes. I felt nervous. I made a mistake, but I learned something new.
Yes, feelings make your story alive, and this is what we want to teach today, how to speak English naturally with emotions.
Now it's lunchtime. You finally sit with your team, maybe at a cafeteria. This is another opportunity to practice English.
You can start with small questions like, what are you eating? Or, do you like this food? Or, where do you usually eat lunch? These are simple, natural questions.
I remember sitting next to a coworker named Sarah. I said, Hi, Sarah, can I join you for lunch? She smiled and said, Sure, sit here. We're talking about movies.
See? You can follow the topic. You can say, I love movies too. My favorite movie is short sentences, feelings, and a small story.
And you can practice English storytelling even during lunch. Talk about your weekend, your hobbies, or your favorite food. I like pizza. On weekends, I go to the park. I enjoy reading books.
Another tip, listen carefully. If someone says something new, repeat it or ask questions. Oh, really? You like hiking? Where do you go? This keeps the conversation flowing.
After lunch, the work really begins. You have tasks, maybe emails, maybe reports, and this is the part where your English really starts to grow. Amelia, what do you think is the best way to describe your afternoon at work?
Well, James, learners can talk about actions and feelings. For example, I opened my email. I read messages from my boss. I felt a little confused, but I tried my best. Small words, simple sentences, but very clear.
That's true. And sometimes you may need to ask for help. You can say, Can you help me with this task? Or, I'm not sure how to do this. Can you show me? These sentences are polite and simple.
Let's do a practice dialogue. I'm your coworker again.
Okay?
James, can you send this email to the client?
I'm sorry, Amelia. I'm not sure how to write it. Can you help me?
Of course. Let me show you. First, write, Dear Mr. Smith. Then you explain the details.
Thank you. I understand now. I will try to write it myself.
Perfect. And after this, you can talk about your feelings. I felt happy because I learned something new. I felt proud of myself for trying.
That's the key. You're learning English, but also learning your job. It's a double win. Sometimes your first day has surprises. I remember I accidentally sent the wrong email to my team. Oh, my heart was beating fast. Amelia, how can learners describe this in English?
Oh, James, everyone makes mistakes. You can say something simple like, I made a mistake. I sent the wrong email. I felt nervous. I apologized. I learned to check carefully next time.
Yes, short sentences. Feelings first, then actions. You can also use phrases like, I realized, to show learning. For example, I realized it's important to read carefully before sending emails.
And don't forget positive words too. Even mistakes can have good outcomes. I felt nervous, but I learned something important. This keeps your English natural and story-like.
Let's practice a dialogue. You're my boss, Amelia.
James, I think this email is wrong.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Can I fix it now?
Of course. Please try again.
Thank you. I will check carefully next time.
Perfect. Very clear, honest English.
After a busy afternoon, you might take a small coffee break. This is another chance to practice English naturally.
Yes, you can talk about feelings, food, or hobbies. For example, I went to the kitchen. I got a cup of coffee. I felt happy for a short break. Simple words, simple sentences.
Or you can talk to your coworkers. Hi, what are you drinking? I'm drinking coffee. Do you want some? And then you can ask small questions about their life. Do you drink coffee every day?
Small questions keep conversations alive. Learners notice we are using simple words: coffee, drink, happy, short break, work, people, nothing too hard.
And sometimes coworkers tell stories. You can reply with feelings. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. Short sentences, clear feelings.
This is how you practice listening and speaking together. You listen, then respond naturally.
After the break, you return to work and face new tasks. Maybe you have to learn a new program or system. Amelia, what should learners say when they need help?
You can use simple phrases like, "I don't know how to do this, can you show me?" Or, "I'm learning this for the first time, can you help me?" Always polite and clear.
I remember my first day learning the company system.